My neck, my back, lick my pussy and my crack. My neck, my back, my pussy and my crack. Hey, hello. Hello, this is Lucy. Please ignore me, she's not here. My neck, my back, my pussy and my crack. My neck, my back, my pussy and my crack.
What's
Um,
new in your life? Are you gonna
what's
tell everybody that you're now starting to do stand-up comedy?
I'm like, yeah, I'm like trying that. It's just because like
Yeah.
I wanted to do that for like as long as I can remember, but like I didn't when where I used to live when I lived in Gisborne, there was like nowhere you could do that, like nobody. But then when I moved to Wellington, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do the thing that I've always wanted to do, and I finally
Yeah.
did. It did cost a lot of money though because um the classes I googled them. I just randomly googled like blah 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 classes, and it was like this guy who's from lived in America and did stand up in like New York. He moved to New Zealand and he does like classes, and you go for like a month every Sunday, and he like helps you, and then you do a performance at the end, and it was like $300, and I was like, oh my god,
Oh my
fine.
god.
I know.
Yeah.
But I think that's because like he has to at the end he rents out like a bar in town, like a
Yeah.
and
Okay. That's
but then he
that's where I saw you doing your first
oh no
little sketch.
it's gonna be a different
Oh, it's gonna
place.
be a different one. Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be like the like the Fringe bar in town, and it's gonna be like yeah, it's gonna be way more people, and yeah
Yeah. Are you nervous? Did you
yeah
prepare anything? Like, are you preparing something?
Yeah, because now since I have time off uni until next month, I like have been like writing stuff, but some of it's just like I don't know about it. Like it doesn't like it's okay, but it's like hard because I don't have anyone to like I could send it to someone and get them to read it, but the people that want to read it will just be like, oh haha, that's so funny, even though like it's probably not. They're just saying that, so I'm like, don't
Okay. You
be.
can, okay, tell me then. You can tell me and then I'll be honest to you.
Oh, but it's I can
Not
just like
now, but like,
yeah
but later. Yeah.
yeah later. I'll tell you
Not
because
now.
then
Yeah.
you'll be like,
But
oh, okay, that's
I'll
like
be like, oh,
funny.
okay, well, not funny. But anyway, yeah.
Yeah, and then that's
Okay, I'll
good
be
because
honest.
then I
But
can
I hope we
change
can
it.
record when you go to your stand-up comedy, because then we can put it on the podcast.
Yeah, no,
Maybe.
they
Oh, okay.
will record it. The guy gets like he records the your like he records it all and then he sends you like your bit, and I'm like, okay, cool, because I would like to see that.
Okay. Can hardly wait.
Yes, it's gonna be
Yeah.
good. Unless you just want to come to New Zealand to like see that. You want to fly here and see
Oh,
that?
okay. Yeah. I
Yeah.
can do that.
Okay. Cool. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. I just, gonna spend 2 days to arrive there, but fine.
I know. Why do you live so far away?
Why do you live so far away?
I don't know.
You can do your
It's
stand-up comedy in the middle, and then
in
we can
like
meet in the middle. Yeah,
what's
you
in the
can meet
middle,
me halfway.
like
Would
Fiji.
be, I think, I don't know, in the middle of which side, right? Because if it's
Oh,
on this side, then there's like maybe some
it's
place in Europe. I don't know. Would be,
oh yeah, like England.
yeah.
Okay, I'll move to England and I'll go over there.
No, you just go there to do your stand-up comedy show.
But then, how long does it take you
You
to
you
get?
fly there. You just fly
Yeah.
there to do and then I'll fly there to watch your show. See,
Oh, okay.
it's all set.
So I'll spend 20 plus hours on a plane to get there,
Yes.
and then
You
you'll
will
spend how
spend
long?
probably like 14 hours. It's fine.
You spend for how long would it take you
You
to
no,
get to
you'll
England?
spend for 14 hours. I
Yeah.
think mine is 12 or
Okay, that's
something.
not bad.
Yeah. See, it's
No,
in the middle.
listen. I'll just move permanently to England, so then you're like 12 hours away.
Okay,
So so then like we can just like meet all the time.
okay. Well, to meet all the time, no, it would be better if we move to the same place.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, that would be amazing. But fine.
That would be well, yeah, it probably would be expensive.
Yes,
Yeah.
because right now it's too hard. Like we're a long, how do you say, long distance lovers. It's
Yeah.
just too hard. Yeah.
Yeah,
Speaking
because
about lovers, remember
yes.
a lot. Remember some time ago, we proposed to Sandra Bullock.
Yeah.
Did you get any reply?
Yeah, she said yes to
She's
me, not to
oh
you.
my god, no.
She was like,
I'm sure
"Fuck
she
Mimi."
didn't.
Like, what? She did. I have
She
the
did not.
receipts. I have the proof.
Okay. Oh, good. I need proof.
Okay, like she did, but I was like, no,
Yeah.
it's. I was like, no, you better just marry Mimi. Like, it'll make it feel better. Like, don't say yes to me,
Thank you.
Sandra. I'm like, don't say yes to me, Sandra. Like, I know you love me, but like, bitch, like, just calm down.
Right. Right.
Like, don't even. So yeah, and then then Lord Voldemort was like, "Hey, bitch, what's up?" and, and I'm like, "Oh my god, I
Oh
remember
my
you."
god, he hit you up.
Yeah, he did after like years of like just repressing that like weird thing I had from him. I'm like, you know what? It's fine. I don't care. I'm like, yes, hit me
Oh
up,
my
girl.
god.
I'm talking about Ralph Fiennes, not Lord Voldemort,
Oh, okay.
technically.
You should have said that
Oh, like you
because
thought I
I
was
was thinking
actually.
like, oh my god,
Ew.
you have some interesting taste for men.
Yeah. And
Thank
Lord
God I don't have
Voldemort.
any taste for men.
Oh, whatever. You cut it out.
I already did.
I know. What do you know? Did we talk about the whole Trisha Paytas thing? How she's transgender and
Haven't we talked about that before?
I don't remember. I don't know if we did.
I think
No,
we
because it
did.
did. Oh well, the update on that is now she's getting married. She's getting married to a man. Um, she went on this show in America called The Doctors, which is kind of like what I'm assuming is like the Dr. Oz show, where like they're not like real doctors, they're just like TV doctors, where it's like it's not real, you know. And they were like, "Oh yeah, you're definitely," um, saying that she definitely was
Yeah.
transgender, and then she went on the. I was watching this morning. She went on the H3H3 podcast, and um, they were like asking her.
But then shouldn't we just make it clear for everybody who's listening? Like, let's explain the situation. She's a cis woman, right?
Yeah, yeah, that has come out before as a lesbian, a chicken nugget, a black person, a black African American, and
Yeah.
bisexual. So
So
she's
she
a
came out as a lot of things that she's
yeah,
not.
obviously,
Because in the she's like a white cis woman who likes men. So a straight
yeah,
woman.
and she's getting married to a man, but
Yeah.
she's
And
like
she just came out as trans.
transgender. But then she
Yes.
kept saying when she's on the H3 podcast, she was like, "Oh, I'm not gonna." She's saying that she wasn't gonna transition into a man because her vagina essentially pays the bills. She was like, "My vagina is what I use to make money by like going on Patreon and her like sex toy reviews. Like that's how she makes money." And then she was like, she said she kept saying on their podcast that she doesn't make money from she didn't make money from her transgender video. They got 3.2 million views, and she made $8,000 off that video, even though she was going around saying, "Oh no, it's demonetized. Like I'm not making any money from it." Like no, you are, and everybody knew that you were because we're not dumb.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Especially
she's
since it's her, she tricks a lot.
she's a troll. She's a
Yeah.
trolley troll who um who has been he's been a troll her whole life, and yeah.
And now she's getting married.
She's
And
apparently getting married. She said she's getting
but is
married
it
to.
true,
I
or
don't
is it
know.
another
It
I don't
it
know,
honestly,
clickbait?
it's probably, she said she's getting married on the 1st of November to a man who doesn't want to be like named. Like he didn't she in the video it was really funny because she's like, I'm getting married to a man, but he's a public person, but also he's a private person. And he doesn't want to like, you know, he doesn't want me to like tell you guys. And I'm like, okay, well that's weird. I want to talk about now.
Yeah,
I sent you a message about it last night. This they were on. I only found that this it's called Sam and Colby, and they're like four American dudes who go ghost hunting. But the thing with them is, I
yeah,
don't believe them. Their ghost hunting is very it's more like they have a camera and they go to these haunted places and they just run around and they just scream at things. And like, do you watch the BuzzFeed Unsolved, like the ghost
yeah,
stuff? So you know how when they do it, they will like rewind the video like a couple of times so you can like hear it or see the thing.
yeah.
So like they'll go like, it'll say like, it'll have what the ghost says, and then like, I'm doing like air quotes at this point, but like it'll say like, it'll come up with like what they think it said, and then the video will like rewind like a couple of times so that you can then hear it yourself. Or like if they catch something, play the they play it like a couple of times so you can
Yeah.
see it and like make your own mind up. But in these ones, they just have it like the top corner of the video, like listen. And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck I'm listening for, because all I can hear is four white dudes screaming at each other, being like, oh my god, what was that? Did you hear that? And half the time it was just like a creak or like a thump. And it's like, you guys are in a hotel, a, obviously a very busy hotel. Like every bump or every like scratching sound or every like noise is always a ghost. It's like, no matter what it is, just it's a ghost. And I'm like, no, it's not. And it was really annoying because like I would think that all they do is they put up like a caption in like the top corner of the video being like, watch the door, or like, and half the time you don't even catch it, like you don't even see when the text pops up. So then
Yeah.
it was like I had to rewind the video and like
Right.
watch, and like
Right.
it was like nothing. Like they said like the door moved, and I watched the door didn't move. Or like this, and I'm like, and then
So
one
it's
guy
all a
goes,
lie, kind of
yeah.
like.
To me, it's just it's bullshit because they don't. It's just like they make it very and then they have like all these weird like, one guy got a text from his brother being like, oh, I see ghosts, and I was like, no, you guys are adding more and more onto the situation that it's becoming very unbelievable. Or like they did a thing where like they turned off all the lights and then lay on the bed. They were in this haunted hotel in England. I can't remember. It's like the most haunted hotel. I can't remember what it was called.
All right.
But they went there and they were like lying on the bed. They turned off all the lights and they lay on the bed and they're like, "Can you shake the bed?" And then all of a sudden, coincidentally, the bed was shaking twice on two separate occasions. The cameras didn't catch any of it. Even when they were in the dark, they had night vision cameras, didn't turn those on. And then they were all like, "Oh my god, the bed is shaking." And I'm like, "Well, can I see this happening?" I'm like, "Bitch, I don't I don't believe it for a
Yeah.
second." Like the BuzzFeed dudes, it's just two dudes, and the thing that makes it so entertaining is because one guy doesn't believe at all, and the other guy's like
Yeah.
adamant
True.
that ghosts are real, and like, but it's just four dudes who are adamantly believing and like trying to like say, oh, ghosts are definitely real, but it's like they do it in a way where it's like not, they don't present the evidence that they find is not presented well because it's just bad.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then
I mean, the thing is, like, we're not doubting the existence of ghosts because
yeah,
all of they all exist. We're doubting the channel.
yeah, I'm doubting their credibility as
Yeah.
ghost hunters because the evidence that it's either the reason they don't like rewind the video so you can see it, or they don't like put like they do it in a way that's very just like, oh, we're just making a video, and if we catch something then you better catch it as we see it, because we're not rewinding this, or we're not gonna make it easy for you people at home who are watching to like keep up with what we're seeing. And I'm like, well, this is dumb.
Yeah.
I'm like, I
True.
I would rather watch the two dudes who work at BuzzFeed, which I have
Yeah.
been. I've watched a lot of their stuff over the past couple of days because it's
Yeah,
interesting.
I like their channel exactly. Because whenever one is like, well, there's this and this just goes and everything, the other is totally like, no, I don't believe it. I don't care. So, you
Yeah,
have you have both sides of the story.
yeah, you have both sides of the
Yeah, you could
argument.
believe it or not.
Yeah, and he's like, I don't. He's like, he's adamant that he does not believe in ghosts and ghosts are not real. And then the other guy's like, no, we caught something. We've definitely got something. And the other guy's like, no, it's nothing. And
Yeah,
it's like,
exactly.
that's what makes their ghost hunting funnier, because the guy that doesn't believe in ghosts is just like the whole time he's like, Shane, whatever his name is like, no, you're on drugs if you think that's a ghost. And it's like,
Yeah.
okay.
And that also leave it to the one who's watching to decide, like, do you believe it or
Yeah,
not? It's your choice.
yeah. But then the Sam and Colby people were like, we and then the video that I watched when they were in the hotel, they ended it with, they said there was going to be a part two. There hasn't been a part two to the stuff they found in the hotel, because they ended it where,
They didn't find anything.
yeah, they didn't find anything, obviously, because it ended with the the Sam and the Colby guy, because it's Sam, Colby, and then these two other dudes that come with and their friends, and they were in like the haunted hotel room, and then suddenly they hear like a crashing sound, and they run into the bathroom, and like the phone in the bathroom is like fallen off the wall, and then the guy just like so happens to keep recording, and he throws the camera onto the bed, and he's like, what were you doing, why were you awake? And he's like, oh, because I was looking back at the footage and I think I found something. And they were like, no, no, let's just get out of here though, because I'm like too freaked out. I'm like, okay, so when are we going to see the footage of what you found?
Yeah.
Because the next video was them sleeping in a church, and I was like, okay, so where is this evidence you got when you were sleeping in the hotel? Have that's what I would like to see. And I have not seen that. And I do not believe them for a second. I just find that they're more about like the shock value behind whatever. I don't know. It was just dumb. The
Yeah.
video's like 45 minutes, and all I saw was four white dudes running around a hotel screaming and being like, "Oh my god, did you feel that?" It's like, do you remember that episode of South Park where um Ike sees dead celebrities and they call in the ghost hunters, and they just
No.
start pissing themselves and stands in Kyle's living room, and
No.
they're freaked out because they're pissing their pants and they think
Uh-huh.
it's a ghost, and they're like, "Oh my god, what was that?" And they like, you have to watch that episode. It's like the icy dead celebrities one, and
Okay.
yeah, the ghost hunters from that episode reminded me of the Sam and Colby dudes, because when they would just be like in a room, and then suddenly one of them's like, "What was that? Did you hear that? Why are there birds everywhere?" Like, they were walking around the hotel in England being like, why are there so many birds in these pictures? And one of them had a tattoo of a bird on his hand. And I'm like, obviously it frustrated me because it was so obviously dumb. and obviously they all four of them just got to some sort of mass hysteria and were like, oh my god, what was that? What was that? Did you hear that? What was that? Like they would just stop mid sentence and be like, do you hear that? Do you hear that? What's that? And I'm like, motherfucker, there's nothing. There is nothing. How, like, what? I watched 4 or 5 of their videos. Every
Yeah.
single time it was the same. They were just like, what is that? And I'm like, but it was nothing. Even I can tell you that it is nothing, and I'm watching this video. So yeah,
Yeah. So
I
now
just
now you know, guys.
that like
Yes.
I think their fans are obviously like 14-year-old girls, and that is because I read the comments, and the
Yeah.
comments were all very yeah, like
Yeah. So we're in trouble. They're gonna come
oh
report our podcast.
oh my god, I hope they fucking do. I'm not scared. Well, it's just. But it was just so blatantly just like they were the ghost hunters from South Park, the ones who kept being like, oh, what was that? And then they pissed and shit themselves and ran out of Kyle's house. And that's what they reminded me of.
Okay.
That they got the evidence that they got, we never got to see it from the hotel they stayed at in England. Like they never showed that.
Is
And
that
I'm like,
why you
okay.
want us to meet in London?
Oh no, that was just off the top of my head. I was just like, that's close, isn't it? And just
Yeah. You want us to see the ghosts?
I do not want to see that at all. I'm sure that they're real, but I don't want to ever see one.
Yeah. I saw a few when I was living in Japan.
Shut your mouth, you did not.
Yeah. Did you see it too when you were living in Japan?
No, no,
No,
I didn't.
I saw some.
Okay, what did you
I
see?
before moving to Japan, I
Yeah,
never believed in all this kind of stuff. I was always
yeah,
very like, no, I don't believe in this, ghosts or anything. Then I moved to Japan when I was 17,
yeah,
and I saw some weird stuff. It was not just like only me, because I had a room in my apartment. We had 2 rooms, and we were living in 5 people. So there was 3 girls in one room and 2 girls in another room.
yeah.
So I was living with 4 girls that I don't really knew, so it was a bit like that. And then every night there was like weird stuff happening. So for example, we all used to wake up in the middle of the night around 2 or 3 in the morning, and someone
Yeah,
was washing dishes in the kitchen.
yeah.
And so one room was always thinking like, why the girls of the other room are washing dishes in the middle of
Oh
the
my
night? Like
god.
that's so after like a few weeks, we were like, you know what? I had enough. I'm going to tell them to stop because
Yeah,
like it's waking us up. So whenever we opened the door to the kitchen, the noise would stop,
yeah.
and there was no one in the kitchen, and everybody was sleeping. But the moment we closed the door, then it would start washing the dishes again,
Why were
and
you
we were
being
like,
so ungrateful? They're washing your dishes.
they're
Oh my
washing the dishes
god.
exactly. So
Why
we were
would you
like,
do that?
that's so we were like, well, that's fine. I mean, it's not a problem, I think. But then things started to get more physical. So in the middle of the night, things get thrown at us. Uh, like many times, someone would throw like hangers at me. Then I would wake up and everybody was sleeping and stuff like that. But we never believed it was a girl. We were always like, no, it's probably the other one. They're probably trolling us and stuff like that. So we let it go.
Yeah.
And the bathroom was the most cold place at the whole house. Like you would enter the bathroom and it was like, you know, when you open your mouth and there's a little how
Oh,
do you
when
say,
you like you breathe out and like you can see your breath.
yeah, it was
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that, only in the bathroom.
Oh.
So whenever we go there, we have to put our jackets, and it was just so cold. And then there was this mirror
Oh my god.
that every day it was getting dirtier and dirtier. We didn't understand why it was just getting dirtier. And
Yeah.
so one day we were trying to clean up the mirror, and we saw some shadows,
Yeah.
but we didn't know what it was, so we just ignored it. And then we started to get a little bit scared, so we decided to sleep all together in one room, like 5 girls in one room,
Yeah.
and we would take turns. So while 3 was sleeping, 2 was awake. And then it was my turned. So my one girl and myself, we were awake, and we were sitting, looking to the door
Yeah.
while we were on the computer and stuff like that. And I saw, Japan's are there are like this, they slide, right?
Yeah.
So there was a little gap
Yeah.
between. So I was looking to the gap, and then I saw an eye, and I was like, but I didn't thought it was a ghost. I thought, someone just break into the house and is in the house, because I saw someone
Girl.
looking. I saw someone looking at that gap, and then the
Yeah.
moment I looked, I just touched the other girl by my side, and I say, "Can you see that?" And then she just looked, and she totally turned white, like she almost died, and she was like, "Oh my god!" She thought the same thing as me. She was like, "Someone break into our house," and I was like, "Yes, someone is at our kitchen, and I don't know, it's going to kill us." So we wake up all the girls, and we all went the five, like all together to the kitchen. There was nobody there, and we freaked out because we thought someone break into the house. So
Yeah.
we end up calling uh, the police because we thought someone broke into the house, but it was nothing, and the door was closed.
Do you know
It
who
was
you should have
locked.
called? Do you know who you should have called?
Ghostbusters.
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
But then we
Yeah.
decided. Well, the door was locked, so obviously the person didn't break in. So we decided to call a medium,
Oh my god.
and then, oh, when she arrived there, she just said, there is a girl in your kitchen. Have you noticed? And we were like, no. And she was like, well, there's this girl in your kitchen. She's looking for her parents, but because they used to live here, but I guess she doesn't know that she's there. And she's complaining about the dishes.
Because
And
you
we were
guys live
like,
like
oh my
pigs.
gosh, she's the girl who washes the dishes.
Do you
But we
know,
never told.
in the 5 years that we have known each other, you have never told me this story.
Because you were going to live in Japan, I didn't want to make you scared.
Oh my god,
Because you
yeah,
would
if
be
you,
scared if you were
yeah.
moving there and know this story. Exactly. So I was like, I'm going to keep this to myself, and whenever she comes back, I'll tell her.
Jesus, if you had told me that, I probably wouldn't. I would have been like, no, I'm not living. No, I can't do this.
See, see, everything went just fine.
I mean, the place that I lived when I was there
Yeah,
was old as shit, and
yeah. Those are dangerous places.
yeah,
Overall, like, depending on where you live in Japan, you will see things or not, and depending on how sensible you are about these things.
yeah. Well, what happened
Yeah.
to the ghost in your apartment? Did the medium get rid of her, or did she just be like,
No,
did
she couldn't. She said that we'll have to fight to show that that was our place, and that was the only way
so?
to make her leave. So we did the most logical thing. We moved.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna fight with a ghost because of a place.
I mean, you guys could have just like done all the dishes and
Share.
like left like made sure there were no dishes so that she couldn't do any of them. But then that might have just pissed her off, and she
Yeah.
might have like started to like,
No, but it was weird. See, the place itself, it gives like a bad vibe. And whenever you
yeah,
were taking a shower, there was
yeah,
someone, the curtain. You would always see
yeah.
someone standing there, kind of like watching you take a shower. And then you would open, and there was nobody. So
Motherfucker,
we kind of like
I would have moved out day fucking one. What were you
we
doing?
we lived there for a year.
You guys you know what? You guys deserved to be scared because if I moved in there and the first thing that happened to me was, oh, I can hear someone doing the dishes at night. Oh wait, it's no one. And then, oh wait, there's someone watching me shower. I would have packed my
Every
bags
day
and
someone
just
is watching you shower. It's fun.
and that wasn't weird. You guys were like, oh, this is odd. And then I would have left. I would have been out of there so fucking fast.
Yeah. We were like, you know
I
what?
can't
Now
believe that.
she's
Oh god.
we were like, now she's watching us take a shower. Like, she's really mad. Yeah, we better move out. And so we did.
And you know that
After
Japanese guys, they're the most crazy and the most scary. And you guys were just like, Ha 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 ha. Oh my god, lol. There's like a ghost watching us.
See,
Jesus, woman.
I should have made a YouTube channel back then, because
Yeah, it
then I
could
would
be
be able to
called.
show more than this guy.
Oh my god, I cannot believe you. Like, oh my
I
god.
have lost an opportunity.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, we can go back there. I mean, she's probably still there.
Oh my god, you should go back and be like, it's me, I'm back.
It's
Hi.
me.
It's been like
You
how many
thought you'd get
years?
rid of me? Here I am.
Here I am, bitch, it's me. And she'll be like, oh my god, it's this dumb bitch who doesn't do her dishes. And she's back.
She will love.
No. There was, when I was living there was this one time when I was living in Japan, I was walking home from work and I finished every Wednesday. I finished work at like, it's like 10. And I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, it was like 9:30, 10ish. And yeah, it was 9. I said to remember it was 9 o'clock, but then it would take me like an hour to get home because the place where I worked was in Saginomiya, and then where I lived was Katsushikaku, which was like I had to change the train all the time, and it was really annoying.
Yeah.
But when I got on the train, I went home, and I got home, and depending on like what train I took, if I took the express all the way to my station, I would get there earlier. But it was funny because the train that I got on that would stop at every stop would stop, and then the express train would like stop there as well. Then half the time I would just jump off the train, go onto the express one. But anyway, I was walking home, and I got to like a block or two away from where I lived. Where was
Yeah.
she standing? And there was this old woman, and she was on her phone, and she I like walked, this was at like 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Like I thought this woman should be in bed. But anyway, I was walking past, and it was the night when there was like the blood moon thing was happening, like the moon was going like a
Yeah.
funny
I
color.
remember.
Yeah. And I was walking, and this woman, and I just like said like, oh, good evening to her, and like she bowed a little as I bowed to her, and then she like called out, like she was like talking to me, and I turned around and was like, what? And then she like grabbed my hand and was trying to like pull me towards like the house or like the alleyway next to the house. And I was like, no, 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 no. And just like removed my hand, and then just said like goodbye, and just like walked off. And like I just kept like I just turned around a couple of times to like make sure she wasn't following me. But that was creepy. That was like the
Yeah. But
creepiest
that's
thing
not
that
like it
happened.
wasn't a ghost, because ghosts wouldn't do that.
They were
A
just like,
serial killer would do that, but not a
shut the fuck
ghost.
up, shut the fuck up. No.
So it's a different kind of story.
But it was still
Maybe
scary.
it would be the same outcome, but
What, that I
yes, so
got
different.
murdered?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what she wanted. Like I like the thing was like I didn't. She was speaking so fast that I couldn't even really understand what she was saying. I don't think she was in
Maybe
any.
she wanted you to see the red moon from her house. Why? I don't know. But
Well,
anyway.
yeah, because
Yeah,
she did. She
why?
she did point at the moon, and I was like, yeah, yeah, no, I've seen that. I was like, I saw that, and she was like, and then and I was like, no, 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 bitch, I'm not going with you anywhere. No, 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 this isn't happening. And then I just like,
This is how horror stories start.
yeah, I was like, this is the beginning of every this is the beginning of every horror movie, lady.
Yeah.
I am not. I'm not going to be part of this. And yeah,
Good. You were smart.
I was very smart. I was like, you know what? This isn't. I was like, no, 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 no. This isn't. I'm not gonna be murdered tonight.